Charles Meets a Fire Marshal, inspired by LaShawn Henderson, written by Miko Marsh. Charles was excited to go to school. He barely sat still through breakfast. "Charles," his mother said, "you're dancing at the table. Why are you in such a great mood this morning?"
"We're having a visitor to our class today. He's a fireman."
Mrs. Phillips smiled. "Oh? You'll like that. You enjoyed the visit to the fire station with your daycare a couple years ago. I'm sure you'll like this too." Mrs. Phillips waited with Charles at the bus stop and waved as the school bus drove away.
"Are you excited?"
Charles asked his friend.
"Yeah, I wonder if we'll get to see the fire truck again. Did you know they have 2 steering wheels? Yep, I got to sit in a truck once."
Mrs. Morris stood at the front of the room. "Class, we have a very special visitor today. Let's all welcome Fire Marshal Harris." Charles and his friends clapped loudly. "Hi kids," he said. "Who here has ever heard of firefighters and can tell me what we do?" All of the children raised their hands. He pointed to a little girl to answer his question.
"Firefighters ride in big red trucks that go wee-woo, wee-woo, wee-woo."
She made the sound of a siren.
"They put out fires and get cats out of trees."
Fire Marshal Harris laughed. "Well, almost. We don't really get calls for cats because animal groups help them, but we do put out fires. When we go, we drive the big red trucks and use the siren to let people know we need to get through because it's an emergency. We have to get there as soon as possible to help. Now, can anyone tell me what a fire marshal does?" Charles and his classmates looked at each other. No one knew the answer. "All right." Fire Marshal Harris clapped his hands. "I'm going to tell you what I do and how you can be junior firefighters at home. Would you like to be my junior firefighters?"
"Yeah!"
the class shouted excitedly. "Great! First, let me tell you what I do. I deal with the cause and prevention of fires, or the before and after of a fire. I go to businesses, schools, homes, and different buildings to make sure that they are following rules that can help keep a fire from starting. I make sure people have safety plans, fire extinguishers, fire alarms, and are aware of things that may cause a fire like these things on my poster." He pointed to the pictures on the board. "If a fire does occur, we need to know how it happened so we can learn from mistakes if it was an accident. For example, we know not to put clothes over lamps because we learned that some fires have started from doing that. If someone set a fire on purpose, it's called arson. Arson is against the law, and we need to investigate because it's a crime. It's my job to look at everything, figure out how the fire started, give a report, and work with the department to see what happens next."
"Wow!"
a little girl said. Charles raised his hand.
"Can I be your fire marshal too?"
Fire Marshal Harris smiled. "It would be awesome if you'd become a fire marshal when you grow up." Charles grinned and pumped his fists.
"Yes!"
Fire Marshal Harris gave a fun presentation. He asked for volunteers to share what they learned from it.
"Don't play with matches or fire. Only use a stove with an adult's help. Don't put clothes over a lamp."
Fire Marshal Harris said, "I'm impressed. I'm giving you all junior firefighter stickers." Charles was excited. When he got home, he showed his father his sticker.
"I'm a junior firefighter. I learned how to be safe around fire."
"That's great," Mr. Phillips said. "What's that you're holding in your hands?"
"This is a list of things we can do to be safe at home. Can you see if we have them?"
"Sure, let's see." They walked to the kitchen. "Our fire extinguisher is here in the cabinet." Mr. Phillips pointed to the ceiling and wall. "These are our smoke detectors. This one is our carbon monoxide detector to let us know if gas is leaking." He stood still. We gonna practice fire drills. I guess we should. Do you want to push the button to make the alarm noise?
Sure!
Charles jumped up and down excitedly. After dinner, Charles instructed the family to meet at the tree across the street when they heard the alarm. That would be their safe spot. Dad helped Charles reach the button. Ding, ding, ding! Everybody out! Everyone stopped what he was doing and quickly walked out of the house. When the family met at the tree, Mr. Phillips looked at his watch. He told them how long it took for everyone to get to the safe spot after the alarm started. We did a good job, but we should practice every so often so that we remember what to do in case we ever have a real emergency. Isn't that right, Junior Firefighter Charles?
Right, Dad!
Charles grinned as they walked back to the house. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. Most importantly, please support the author by purchasing their book. Until next time.